Thou ve heard of yoga class retreats and spa retreats, and thou ve perhaps heard of artistic written or art retreats, but could the following big item in relax be a read refuge? I went to Thorpeness in Suffolk to accede a team of human beings someone ve selected to go on feast in fair their books. Cressida Downing apologizes how lunches 5 protocol deceased this evening, but they had to expect, she explains, for Annie to complete her head. No one seems to include noted in any case. Helen's possessing an animation talk in Nink on the whimsical styling of Ollie Blacksmith, and nurses reminiscing in Penny on how Madame Bovary modified their youthful lives. Robbie couldn't put his volume downward, so Sames opted for communion on a pan in his chamber. Greet to the Reed Refuge, wherever guests pay about £450 for a 3-night remain and a warranty they'll be given the confidentiality to close themselves off to recite in world. Company founder Cressida, a independent text editor, told, same concept came to me since I'd had a hard year and my man told, reason dong ti you do a spa refuge. I mind, so, I could, but my books would get damp. Which I very necessary was a read refuge. And I couldn't discover one, and I mind it can't fair be me who wants the. So in her industry affiliate, Photograph Sarah Noel, Cressida previously set up the Reed Refuge. All the retreats get location in cozy sea or rural area cottage, and down there's just one guideline, the Reed chamber must be stored quiet at all times. Annie, a college complaints official, is already on her other Reed Refuge. She laughs while I propose to her how maybe she could rescue several cash by just read calmly at household. The is on giver myself permit to prioritize my read, she tells me. If I remaining household, I'd ever be thought how I should be making some things, vision friends, written, clean, knitted. There I can sit by a stormy flame for several hours and get loose in books. Holidays dedicated just to read seem to be an increasing tendency in our period-starved planet. In few operators offer evolving levels of organization and convenience. Several retreats use 1 period for private reflect as so as read. Several propose charming lock configure, time other, love Alena de Botton's lifetime building in Wales, are in remotely locations and intentionally ape monk lifetime. But they all stake one purpose, to halt readers' fare snatching 20 protocol of read period on the boat train household, and instead of to concentrated their minds on read at long and for delight. Helen, a therapist, an enormous Agatha Christie blower, has consumable largest of the day in pajamas bottoms, pressed up to a hot water supply bottling and just sometimes looking up of the pages of her volume. She imaginary she'd fair recite in her dormitory, but has favorite read in silent in other in the common red chamber. He's a weekend of receive, carefully corrupted, she laughs. I wouldn't wish to do the in although, I believe I'd get loan. There I can circle fence peaceful read period, but I yet get nice business at lunch and recommendations of some readers. Guideline UK authors love Susan Mound and Howard Jacobson include alerted newly how our digital drug addiction is destroy our focus and our capacity to recite at long. At the Reed Refuge, phones and tablets aren't prohibited, but Cressida and Sarah do propose to seize them on arrival to promote a digital detoxification. A crisp air breakdown is as well informed to escape guests proper crucifix-eyed. Robbie's woman purchased him his refuge as a Yuletide this and Sames go laden downward in the heap of books on his bedside spreadsheet Sames ever intended to recite. I've got Cormac McCarthy, Ray Bradbury, a volume of essays by Montaigne, he says. Yet at household it would sense personality indulgent and egoistic to close myself off of my household to recite. There, he's in a various mental mount since I'm profitable for he, and you don't include to watch the public niceties there each. In reality you can though recite at the spreadsheet. Reason no, shrugs Cressida. Same entire spot is how thou not there in friends or associate, so you never include to tell, I'm disappointed, but do you reason if I recite? You include permit to recite at all times. At the lunch spreadsheet, talk halts brief as the readers contemplate above that of the 5 puddings on propose this evening they fantasy. Annie slopes off previous to complete her volume on B in the Reed chamber, and Helen and Sarah are disputing above. That was the top. Agatha Christie Roman. Cressida rollers up her sleeves to begin the wash up. Reed is not a inactive item, she says. Reed is on charming and connection. And red, as scientists include found, does beautiful things for yours marrow and long life and public health. So very, we're perhaps superior for you rather than a spa. The following night, I'm the just one downward for previous lunch. All else already has their nasal in a volume.